Hey everyone, it's Kavel. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're returning, welcome back, fam. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to make your dream of home ownership a reality through NHT. We're going to be talking about how do you contribute to NHT if you are overseas. And we're going to be talking about the required documents for obtaining a loan through NHT and a tons more. Talking about this topic is quite difficult for me because I did not go through it personally, but I'm up for the challenge. Yeah, let's jump into it. So the role of the National Housing Trust is to provide affordable housing options to those of us, specifically those with modest income. All right. Now, what are the benefits of going through NHT as opposed to acquiring your loan through a traditional commercial bank? Now, one, NHT has lower interest rates. Yes, I'm gonna put on the screen a breakdown of those interest rates based on your income because it does vary. Another thing, NHT has flexible repayment options, again depending on your income. There are many things that could be available to you that may not be available to the next person who is trying to get a loan. Another benefit of acquiring a loan through NHT, there are often special packages that are available to you if you qualify for it, right? And some of those packages may include, but are not limited to, a home grant for people who make minimum wage to 18,000 Jamaican dollars per week, and those people can get up to 3.5 million Jamaican dollars in addition to the loan that they're requesting. Another special package could include a solar panel installation loan if you're someone who already has a home acquired through NHT. So first and foremost, you need to be a NHT contributor in order to acquire an NHT loan. Now, in order to be a contributor, you need to make sure that your employer is making regular contributions on your behalf. A lot of times this contribution is actually based on your salary, so it can be 3%, for example, based on your salary each month. Now make sure say wanna check on a pay slip to ensure that your employer is contributing to NHT, because I've definitely seen in the news where people bring them employer to court because I'm not contribute to them NHT. So where the money I go? Ooh, you're probably saying, Kav, well, you probably live in the United States, well, we live in the UK, and I've noticed that a lot of you that watch my video, you are a part of the diaspora. Don't worry, I got you. Actually, me having a NHT having because NHT has now made it possible for you to contribute to NHT while being abroad. So in order to contribute to NHT while being overseas, you will do so by being a voluntary contributor. Now, who is a voluntary contributor? The very first thing is that you must be of Jamaican descent. All right, so if this is not you, skip that part here. Voluntary contributor is anyone who resides outside of Jamaica and you can prove that you have a citizenship in another country, and it does not have to be the US people or the UK or Canada or wherever else. It don't have to be that. As long as you can prove, even if a Costa Rica, you can prove that you legally reside over there or you're working over there, you can qualify as a voluntary contributor. What else do you need to prove that you're a voluntary contributor? You need to make sure you have a national insurance card. You need your tax registration number, so your TRA number. You need a valid identification, passport or driver's license, proof of overseas residence, so that permanent resident card, your passport for that country or work permit can prove that you are legal in those countries. You also need a proof of age. Your passport can act as a proof of age, or your birth certificate can act as your proof of age. You also have to provide income from your employment. If you're self-employed, you can also show income from being self-employed to your bank statements to show that money is coming in and out. You can use proceeds from pensions, proceeds from insurance as well in order to do that. You can submit this form online. I know, right? NHT is getting really modernized, and I love that for them. So you can submit this application online. There's also a mailing address to submit your application to, but I don't know if that's what you want to do. Yeah, if you're a voluntary contributor, you can make your payments online via a credit card, or you can actually have someone make the payments on your behalf. Now, if you want people to get information about your stuff, you need to make sure that you have gotten a letter of authorization in order for them to conduct business on your behalf, and that has to be notarized anywhere overseas, stamped and date, or through the Justice of the Peace, right? JP in Jamaica. You know the JP them stay. Know that we have the requirements for what it is to be a voluntary contributor. We're good to go. As a reminder, you cannot apply for a loan until you've met the basic requirement of at least 104 weeks, which is 2 years of contribution, and 52 weeks or a year of those must be paid in the periods leading up to the date of your application of your loans. You can apply online, and I'm going to drop the link to that as well. So they're going to notify you of the status of your application online. There are so many things now that they're going to notify you online. So the documents that you're going to need are going to vary depending on the type of loan that you're acquiring. So now, say you're someone who you're trying to get a loan for a home on the open market. I must say to you that if you are making $30,000 or less every week as a Jamaican in Jamaican dollars, then it is best for you to go through NHT. And if you are someone who makes more than that, then it's best for you to go through the commercial bank, which a lot of them are partners with NHT in order to acquire the loan. Note that you can apply for the loan as an individual or join forces with a co-applicant in order to maximize the amount of money that you can receive. Realistically, it's about 21 million if it's 3 of you, and those 3 of you have to be related. So there needs to be proof of kinship in order to get that $21 million. If you're trying to get a loan from NHT to buy a house on the open market, here are some documents that you need. So the requirements that I'm going to talk to you about: you have to be a first-time NHT home owner. Okay, so you can't already have a house and I tried the process and I tried collect look at documents them for this process. So this is not for you. Sit this one out. Okay, now that we've had that part established, the people what this is about, come to the front of the line. Everybody else, go to the back. You need your national insurance card. You need your TRN. You need to have verification of income and the contributor's letter from past or present employers. In order to do so, you also need your last 2 pay slips. You need proof of age because you have to be between 18 and 65 in order to get the loan from NHT. You also need an acceptable form of identification, right? So your passport is one of those acceptable form of identification. You need 1 current passport size photograph or 2 current passport photograph if this is a construction loan. So they have that little asterisk there for that. You also need like a certificate of marriage if you're somebody who's married. I mean, I don't know why I did that for like the scan marriage. No, that's not what I'm saying. But you need you need your marriage certificate. So you need your marriage certificate as well. You need a copy of the title of the house. You need certificate of payment of taxes for that property. You need the water bill for the property being purchased. You need the certificate for the peril insurance. You also need a surveyor's ID report. The last time I checked, it was like $37,000 to do it. The man they couldn't just thief, but shop around for the prices of that. You also need to make sure that surveyor's ID report, it must not be older than 1 year. No, you're going to also need a signed sale agreement. Remember, this is for open market purchases and not like scheme houses or units, right? So you need a deposit receipt, you need a valuation report. The difference between the valuation report and the surveyor's report, if my memory serves me correct, is that the surveyor report basically assesses the house on damages, etc., whereas the valuation report gives you the market value for the house. As always, I know how knowledgeable a lot of you are, so you will put suggestion in the comments for me. You know, I gladly accept them because duh, hello. You also need letter from the housing development. You need a statement account. You might need a structural engineer report as well. So those are the documents that you need when trying to purchase that house through NHT. After you submitted your relevant documents through the online platform that National Housing Trust has made it so easier now to do this process, just know that you will get an interview and they will take it from there. One of the questions that I really had was, how do they know who to choose for a lot of these scheme houses? Anybody else always have that question, like how do you choose? Because that waiting list, I just feel like is so long for a lot of these schemes, and it's like you never on the list or something, or your number never yet I got call. What I was told is that they do it based on points. So if you have more points, then it's more likely that you're going to be the person chosen for the scheme house. If you're someone who works closer in the vicinity of which you are applying for the loan to get that house, then you're gonna also have priority. If you're contributing longer, you're going to have first priority. So what that kind of mean for like the younger youths, them NHT, somebody work this out and make one know. May the odds be in your favor. And I know I'm smiling, but for real, may the odds be in your favor so that this year you have to be the winner.